Hey guys, welcome to episode number 69 of OG Toys. I'm OG. Today, I'm going to be looking at the brand new summer 2012 Hero Factory figures. Picked up a couple of these at my local Walmart, and man, I'm impressed. Lego Hero Factory has done a huge amount of improvements on these figures, and they look fantastic. So this figure in particular, Bulk, is set number 6223. He's 61 pieces. Instructions, you're looking at right here, small little pamphlet. You're looking at about 27 pages. This one is a little more than Core Hunter. 27 pages of building, and then of course you got your combiner. Combine Core Hunter and Bulk, and you can form this monstrosity of a Hero Factory figure. And no advertising for any other sets. Like the other one that had the new Stormer and Speeder Demon, this one doesn't have anything, and that's it. Small little build, but the Hero Factory guys aren't really about the build per se as your standard Star Wars or Lord of the Rings sets. They're more of building these awesome action figures and customizing the heck out of them if you want to, or just leave them as is. Me, I usually customize the heck out of them and just add tons more stature to it, or some weapons, or new body types. You know, this is a series that when I was a kid, I wish they would have had, because you can just go nuts on designing whatever you want. Same with Bionicle. Bionicle is another awesome series, the predecessor to these guys, and that lasted a heck of a long time. I think Hero Factory really captures that essence. Not as mystical as some of the storylines that Bionicle had, but these guys are still just awesome, and they kick butt. So this figure, we'll take a look at the packaging to start things off with. It's in the Ziploc bag, which I'm not really too fond of. It's just weird. I really liked having the canisters. There's just a little more to them. And for display purposes, they look a heck of a lot better than this. This is just a thin bag. They stuff it with all the pieces, and boom. It's like you're buying a bag of Planter peanuts or something. Just not cool. But on the back here, you got a pic of the figure, his helmet, some handcuffs, yay, and a bunch of stuff for the video game that's online. Well, that's it. So, usually I just throw these bags away because there's nothing really to it for me. But what's inside is this absolutely awesome action figure. Now, I'm going to classify it as an action figure because it stands about close to 7.5 inches, super articulated, and man, this thing is just awesome. I love Hero Factory. I love the way you can customize and build these awesome action figures. And if you just take a look at the styling on this guy. Now, Bulk is a character that's been around since the very, very first series of Hero Factory figures, which came out quite a while ago. And this is the standard Bulk, the very, very first one. And man, you even say here, you know, from the makers of Bionicle, just to let you know, hey, we're doing something that might be okay. And Duncan Bulk, you know, they just go by the last name now, all the characters, and you can see on the back, had no articulation really, no movement in that leg except at the hip. Same with the arm articulation. This thing could not move whatsoever. Articulation in the wrist and the joint at the shoulder, that's it. Ugh. The only thing I liked about these guys were the chest pieces, and I'll show you that in some other customs that I made out of these Series 1 guys, and upgraded them into some better looking, cooler figures. But this was the very first one. Actually, this was the first Hero Factory figure I ever purchased too. Good old Bulk. But this is the new version of him for Hero Factory Breakout Wave 2, and he looks awesome. It is such a great improvement on this figure. The styling, the coloring, you know, you got your gunmetal, you got some black in there, the orange, and you got silver, and it's just a great color scheme. What I've really liked in the past while is what they've done with these blasters. Now, before, you would just have this bottom piece attached to a fist via another plug-in, and that was your blaster. And to me, that sucked. I always dismantled it and used something else to make a better blaster. So, them incorporating this new top portion, which looks like some sort of machine gun barrel, is just fantastic. They did a fantastic job sculpting it, and it just looks perfect. You know, he still has no problem shooting out this ball. Show you here. You know, you get some pretty crazy crazy distance off this thing, so that's why I just kept it in my hand. And let's take a more in-depth look at some of this guy. The chest piece here, it's a newer chest piece. They used it last year. Repainted, it has a gunmetal color with some gold accents. The hero core is put on in the centerpiece. You can put it anywhere, really. I usually just like to put it right in the middle, of course. Some of my other figures you're going to see have a couple hero cores, just for that extra power, I guess. Another new feature is the legs. Now, I really like the way they stylize these legs. For the most part, we've always seen characters like that, which just looks flat, kind of boring. But this little extra piece here that they added on just adds so much more to these characters. You just take a look. You know, it just gives more of a presence to his foot, his boot. It looks really cool. And of course, they've been throwing these handcuffs in for the past couple series. If I can get this piece off here. And they've been incorporating that as we're capturing the villains. It's just a couple chain links in between here. If you have some of the older sets or multiple sets, you can really make this thing huge and really make it look quite cool. And then you just attach it onto wrists or whatever appendage you want. They got a cool looking design on the cuffs. They look pretty neat. So there you go. Now for the figure itself, he does have a lot of armor plating, especially up on the head here. Now the head is really protected. These are on a separate ball joint. They kind of inhibit the movement of the head a little bit, but you can still get a pretty good range of motion. Looking up, no problem. And of course, one of the cool features, put a light source in behind, and you can see some light up on the head. Now these faces do have a heck of a lot of detail, and unfortunately you really don't see a lot of it because it's just a translucent plastic. What I've been thinking about doing, and I haven't done this yet, is actually doing like a black wash on the head just to bring out some more detail. I think that would be really cool because they do have really intricate panel lines, and I think it would be really cool looking to show off some more of the design feature in the face. So we'll just slap his helmet back on. And the helmet is actually really cool. I've always liked this design on the figure since the very first bulk figure that came out years ago. One of the other things that they have improved greatly on these new Hero Factory figures is the back. As you saw with Core Hunter, they finally started filling out this back portion more extensively. And I've done that a lot of my custom figures. I just didn't like having this armor-plated front, and then you swap around to the back, and he's got nothing. This one has a lot going on. He's got the extra little piece here that covers up the back area. It's just a foot piece attached to a couple of pegs, but he has this huge gun on the back, and it's fully articulated. It looks very impressive. You know, he means business. He's got a couple missile launchers here. No flick fire missiles or anything like that, but he does have a couple lasers, and these are like Star Wars blades, which is kind of cool. I mean, having an extra couple blades is not too bad. But it has a full ball joint, so you can move it around any way you like. It's quite cool. It's just a really well-designed figure. They've done a great job capturing the essence of Hero Factory and Bionicle. And of course, you can pose these guys in just about any pose, and they stay in place so nicely. Nice tight joints. You don't have to worry about them flopping over. But there you go, guys. Hero Factory now. Like I said, these just came out. They should be available at your local Toys R Us, Walmarts. They're starting to get some of the summer 2012 stuff. I was on the hunt for Star Wars, and I came across these guys, and I thought, wow, I'm going to pick up a couple. And definitely not going wrong getting these guys. Not too expensive either. You're looking about $50.99 at Toys R Us, and you could probably find them at Walmart for about $14.87 maybe. Not too expensive whatsoever. And of course, their simplistic build. It takes less than 5 minutes to build it, but you do get an awesome action figure, and they just rock. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Rate, comment, subscribe. I got a lot more Bionicle, Hero Factory, and Lego stuff coming up with some interesting viewer requests from my collection video, which was episode number 67. Thanks for all the feedback, guys. We're going to have some new videos for some of my subscribers that requested certain characters to be revealed and reviewed. So we'll be doing that shortly. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.